All right, let's get started on the Smashburger. This is one of my favorite things I make, hands down. I love a good, thick, juicy cheeseburger, but to me, a Smashburger is the way to go. We're gonna start by doing a lot of the prep work beforehand because this doesn't take long at all to cook. You want everything ready for you. So we're gonna start off by making the sauce. This is my favorite way to do a burger sauce. We're gonna start with mayonnaise. We've got some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going with a big heaping tablespoon here of some horseradish. I like it to have a little kick to it. Then I'm gonna add some Grove beef rub, and quite a bit of it actually. It's got salt, pepper, garlic, onion in it. This is all the flavors I want with this sauce. And we're gonna give this a good mix. All right, now that's the sauce. I'm gonna set this in the fridge and let's move on. Now for the veg, I'm doing onion. That's a big part of the way I'm cooking it. I'm also gonna top it with some shredded lettuce here, but I really want really thin strips of onion for this. If I'm making a bunch of these, I'll actually use a mandolin, but I want them to be really thin. We press it into that burger patty, so I want it really thin, and that kind of helps it to get that texture we want really quickly, because this is a really quick cook. And I'm going in with some lettuce. That's how I like my lettuce. Now I'm gonna get this, I'm using cast iron, I'm gonna get it turned up to some pretty high heat. I don't want it just too terribly hot, but I want this to be over a medium high to high heat here. All right, so this is nice and hot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight in with our little burger balls here, and we're gonna get ready to press it down. Now, that's why I have our little parchment paper here. You press it really tight. And before I really smash it all the way down, I like to add a little bit of the onion right here and smash it right into it. Now, really want to get it spread out as much as it'll go. Help get that crust going. And this is going to shrink up too, so you gotta remember this is going to be a smaller final product than what we have here. It may feel like it's a long way to our big wide patty, and it is right now, but by the time it shrinks up, it's going to be right where we want it. Now I'm going to go ahead and season with our Grove beef rub. And once we flip it, we'll season it again. Now, if you flip this too soon, you're gonna have a few issues. One, you're not gonna get that crust. That's, one of the big selling points of this whole style of a cheeseburger. And two, if you try to flip it before that crust is developed, you're gonna have a tough time with it sticking to the bottom of the pan. We're looking for that Maillard reaction, that caramelization that helps it to break loose from that pan. And that's one way to know when it's ready to flip. Now, one of the issues I've got here is I'm cooking on this smaller eye, and you can see I've got some uneven heat going on. So I'm gonna make sure to overcompensate for that, move that one to the middle here, so it gets on that hot part of the eye. So that I should be cooking on this bigger one, but I want you to be able to see it a little bit better. But after we flip it, now we're gonna hit this other side with some seasoning. We're gonna give it another minute, and then we're gonna add our cheese. All right, now let's go ahead and hit it with the cheese. As soon as that melts, we're gonna be good to go. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and stack them up here. All right, now this is done, and we're gonna let this rest for a few minutes and let that cheese melt. And while we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and toast some buns up. Now, I've got brioche buns. I think this is the best bun for a cheeseburger, hands down. I think it's got the best texture to it as well, which is important for me. I've got some butter here. I'm gonna add that to the pan and then just throw in my top bun and my bottom bun. This won't take but just a minute or two. You see that toasted edge there? That's what we're looking for. It's gonna give us that texture we really want here. On the bottom bun, I usually flip it over and get both sides. Now, all we gotta do is assemble. So I've got the bottom bun here, and I'm gonna take a good layer of this sauce. This sauce for me is going on the top and the bottom bun. Now I'm doing just a few of these raw white onions. I like the contrast between the onions that were cooked with it and then these crisp, fresh white onions. Got the top bun here. Now we're going to take our lettuce. That's it. Now that's the best Smashburger you're going to make right there. This thing is chock full of flavor. It's still juicy because they're cooking it hot and quick. I'm so excited to take a bite of this. All right, let's see what this is all about. Yeah. This is just the best cheeseburger. This is so good. I was against Smashburgers when they started becoming popular again. If you're against them and you haven't tried one, please try this. This is so good. You can get the full recipe on the website, of course, but listen, this is so simple to make. It doesn't even need a recipe, really. And that sauce is so good. Listen, do yourself a favor, go make this.
The full recipe can be found at crowfood.com, along with our rubs, merchandise, and dozens of other great recipes. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching.